Boi Review is now scripted.
Boi Review is now scripted, so this is going to be opening bit take 2.
This time we're recording.
And yeah. So I have got a snazzy new microphone, as you can see.
I can see, yeah, and our little Discord call, there it is.
Yeah, it's very nice. I got it with some of the money I got for Christmas and my Amazon voucher Christmas bonus from work.
Wow, your work here at Boi Review. I got an Amazon voucher as a bonus for all the work you do here at Boi Review, of course. Boi Review PLC.
You're my line manager. You're in charge of all the squiggly ones.
Yeah, the squiggly ones. I know what that means. Oh, the line manager. Okay, I get it. Yeah, I need to. I whenever I listen back to Boi Review, I always hear bits that you make that I don't pick up on in the moment because I'm too distracted by Sherbet. Sherbet's my little rainbow plushy mouse that I keep on my desk, present from my girlfriend.
That's very cool.
I'm just looking at Sherbet like, line manager, yes. Slurp. Squiggly ones. The slurp is me drinking water.
Sherbet looks really cute. Can I get? I know the listeners at home can't see Sherbet. I want to get another look at that thing. Is that a Beanie Baby or is that some other kind of toy?
Sherbet is a mini Motsu. Mini Motsu, but is definitely in the Beanie Baby family of products. At least in terms of they are full of little beans. They're sort of crunchy and squishy like a Beanie Baby, and I like them a lot. I've also got this is his name is Benedict. He's a Benedictine monk. For the listeners at home, it's a very small teddy bear in a little monk's habit, which is why he's a Benedictine monk.
It reminds me a lot of what's the Friar Tuck from Robin Hood, specifically he's the animalistic Robin Hood. Yeah, I don't think the Friar Tuck in that's a bear, but what is Friar Tuck in Robin Hood?
Friar Tuck.
Okay, you're gonna Google
Disney Robin Hood. He's a badger.
He's not black and white though. Do you get brown badgers?
I suppose you must.
Brown badger. You can get brown badgers. Let's have a look. Well, this one is firstly just a brown badger, but instead of being black and white, he still doesn't have the right face markings because even these brown badgers have fun patterns on. He looks a bit more like a Wolverine. You know,
here's the thing, Hamish. Badgers, they're a bit more complicated than that. They're not all black and white, you know. They're
That's very good as well. That's good. That's a good one, Wilkie. Well done right there.
Thank you.
I wasn't distracted by my BB-8 Lego sketch. Which I got for Christmas.
That's very cool.
So rather than it being a Lego BB-8, it's like a little portrait. You can get a few other ones as well. I don't know what other characters they do. I think I've seen Iron Man or Batman or someone like that. And it's a semi 3D BB-8, which I've got on my desk now.
Aww. This is because this is not only our New Year's episode because it's closest, I think, to New Year's. This is also our post-Christmas episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
I got this. I got a Kindle for Christmas.
Oh wow! Okay,
to support my creative
kind of Kindle?
The cheapest Kindle you can get. It doesn't have. It's not like a Kindle Fire, so it's not an iPad, and it's the version that comes with like built-in Amazon advertising, so that knocks like 15 quid off the price. But it's like, you know, fundamentally it's still a Kindle.
Cool. Cool, because I used to have one of the I want to kind of say black and white ones, you know, so it's not an LCD screen. It just makes the thing appear on the page. And I really liked it because I think advertised it back in the day as it's like you're reading a book. So rather than when you get bright sunlight, you can still read the pages.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I think that's the version I've got on it. It looks pretty cool.
Okay. Now I have a safe for work story about something that's not safe for work with Kindles.
Okay.
So I had one of the classic Kindles, and I had, I think, one of the earliest versions of it, and it was specifically one that had 3G. And the thing that was cool about this Kindle is it had free 3G. So from pretty much, well, from most countries in the world, you could access the internet from this Kindle. the main point of that was sort of Amazon was selling it as wherever you are, you can get a new book from pretty much anywhere. There were some countries where it wasn't supported, but like anywhere you could, if you finished a book, you could get a new one, or you could download a book you already owned. But also it did have limited internet access, but it didn't really load videos or images, the latter of which some of my friends found out on a French trip where I'd taken my Kindle with me. You know, I wanted to read on the go, and came into my room one day as I'd gone out for some reason to hang out with some other people. Because, you know, when you go on a school trip, you're on like different dorms. So I was in a dorm with like a few other students.
Yeah, like a hotel or something.
Yeah, so I was going to see my friends in a different room, come back to my room, and I found that a couple of my friends huddle around my Switch trying to get onto some naughty websites, Wilkie.
Your Kindle.
And on my Kindle, because they knew it had free 3G.
Okay, so they were. That's hard to say as well. Free 3G.
Yeah, exactly. Though. They were very disappointed because it didn't load any of the websites they tried, and also because it didn't play videos. Too bad.
So no, I think
you
hate that.
All they could get was a very, very blurry couple of thumbnails for videos. That was it.
Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes that's all you need.
But yeah, it was quite a funny one looking back on it now. Just the length that they went to.
Yeah.
Well, what else did I get for Christmas? I'm trying to think. I got a lot of socks, Wilkie. Try and guess how many socks I got for Christmas.
Okay. I think you got 30 pairs of socks.
Wilkie, that's wrong, but honestly not that far off. I got 24 pairs of socks for Christmas. That's insane amount.
You know what, Hamish? That's 48 socks.
That is 48 socks. Just wear one a day.
You gotta hop around like a foosball man. You know, the men on the foosball table? Is it foosball? Well, the table football.
Yeah, foosball or table football, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I mean, both your feet in one sock like those guys.
Okay, I was going to say, because even if I'm hopping around, I still have 2 feet, but I could try and stretch one of these to cover both of my feet, one of these socks.
Now, you know what, that's kind of silly, though. You'd probably ruin the sock.
I would. I
got better off wearing
nice
one
socks.
per foot, yeah. What was the most, like, out there, zany pair of socks you got?
Izzy got me a cool pair of socks, just a single pair, from a bamboo sock stand at the Leamington Christmas market when that was still going on.
Wowee.
For like the 2 weeks they decided a Christmas market was a good idea in COVID times.
Yeah.
I think it actually went for like a bit longer.
Not the best idea.
But they did have good like barriers and stuff up for all that stuff. But yeah, it was just a pair of bamboo socks, and this guy was going on about how it's really sustainable and all of that. And honestly, I don't know if that's true, Wilkie, but the guy convinced me it was. So I got Izzy a pair of socks at one point, and then later on she got me a pair of socks. Or it might have been the other way around. Maybe she got me a pair of socks, then I got a pair of socks another time. But it was very cool. And these are blue with a red toe and a red heel, and they have spacemen on, or space people, I guess. They're all in their spacesuits, so you don't know who they are.
That's pretty cool. My the first mask I bought for, back when COVID was the thing, I bought myself a mask that had astronauts on it.
Yeah. Do you still have it, or was it like some of us when we bought our first masks and like you throw it in the wash and it disintegrates? Because that happened to one of my masks. I got a cool one. I threw it in the washing machine. It came out just in bits.
Oh dear. The elastic on that one went a bit, so it wasn't really sticking to my face the way you wanted it to anymore. But
it just sort of flops down here. I was like, well, technically I've got it on. It's just not a covering anymore.
Yeah. I don't know.
Don't think that would fly. But you know what would fly? The mask. Because it gets caught in the wind.
It's like a parachute.
For a very small person.
Yeah. Or just a bad parachute for a regular sized person.
Or just a very bad parachute for a regular sized person. I feel like the first parachute, I think the guy that invented it tested it on himself. And I think it didn't work the first time. Like, or something went wrong with it. Like, fundamentally, it might have worked, but it didn't work properly. And I think the guy just died. I want to say.
That's too bad. I feel sorry for the guy.
Parachute inventor. Yeah, I think they jumped off the Eiffel Tower and it didn't go very well. So Wilkie, thinking of something else. I didn't get this for Christmas, but I got it in the days after Christmas for myself. Because after your review of it on the show, I decided to pick up Hades.
Ooh, good move. Good
video
move.
Game. I've got it on the Switch because it was a game I thought I might like. But Wilkie, for some reason, roguelites are always games that I feel drawn to play. They're always something that people recommend that they really like. There's a lot of them that come out. It's a very popular indie format, indie genre for video games. And so I wanted to give them a go. And I just never liked them. Dead Cells was there. What was one of the other ones? Exit the Gungeon. Both of them fine games, but they just don't stick with me. I find I can play with them for like a couple of hours, and then I'm kind of done with them. And that's not really what I want for a video game. So far, Hades is not that. And there are a few key reasons why I wanted to highlight that. Just why I really like it, because you already did a great review on it. Firstly,
This is Boi Review again. This is
a little opening.
The name of that segment where we revisit games or reviews, as it were.
Reviews. So I don't know if there's two things. A few things. Firstly, I really like how the weapon you have for the run is just what you start with. You can pick one of the weapons in the opening area, and then that's it. Because I find in a lot of other roguelike or roguelite games, because there's a slight difference between the two of them, part of the run can almost be dependent on the gun that you get or the weapon that you get. And so if you're stuck with a weapon that you really hate, you kind of feel like you're just doing badly because it just doesn't gel with you. Whereas it's like, well, I made my own bed.
Yeah, I've played a little bit of Enter the Gungeon and Enter the Gungeon, and yeah, you have your like free like pea shooter thing at the start, but otherwise it's just it's like you only get new weapons through like random loot boxes. But yeah, with Hades, you do have to unlock further choices by collecting keys, but the choice of the weapon you have for the run is yours.
And I like how they all feel very different, and there's reasons for picking weapons and not picking weapons. I also like the way they then counteract that is you have boons from the gods. I really like how those play out. I like how frequently there will be conversations with the gods, and I kind of enjoy that that interaction that you have with really every character as well. It's very funny. The two other things I like. Firstly, unlike most roguelike games, you don't really explore an area. You just kind of always are going forwards. Sometimes you kind of are forced to explore a map, and it expands out, and it can kind of be a little bit of luck as to whether you find the boss room earlier or later. It feels like in Hades, you pretty much hit it. A consistent number of rooms have passed. You get to the next place.
Yeah, you get the sense like as you play longer, you can sort of sense like if I've only got a couple of rooms till the boss, I shouldn't take on like one of these chaos boons that gives you like a negative effect for a while and then rewards you with a positive effect. And you're like,
Exactly.
Well, I would, but I've got the boss coming up and I don't want to have that negative effect active while I'm fighting the boss, so I can't really do it. It's like between 8 and 11 rooms, I think, per stage is how many you go through before you hit the boss.
Right. And so that's really fun as well. I also like sort of the constant going forward nature. Every room then just has a reward that you know before going into that room, and sometimes you can pick which room you're going into. And again, that's really cool because it's not fun in some of these games where you don't really get anything for completing a section, or you're encouraged to find the reward by exploring around, and it can feel like it just sort of takes the momentum out of everything, whereas Hades feels like you're just constantly going forwards. It's action all the time, and then you die and it stops. And then you get that little bit of break back in the House of Hades or whatever it's called, and then you go again and you're back into the action. There's none of this. I feel like a game that I think about for exploration is a little bit of Dead Cells, but that does encourage you to go fast. But Enter the Gungeon and Binding of Isaac, I think, are two games again, which it feels like there's a lot of ebb and flow to those games, which I just don't enjoy as much. So Hades, very, very good.
And that time you spend in the House of Hades, I think I spoke about this in my review, like you're always being rewarded. So even when you die, you get to come back and like you have these characters, you like go talk to Hypnos, and Hypnos will like sass you for dying and be like, maybe try not standing still next time or something. And then like Cerberus is there. You go pet Cerberus, and you know you can go go have a shouting match with your dad, and then you go like talk to all the NPCs, go sell the fish that you caught, go like I've finally got enough gems to get this new carpet and that sort of thing. There's always something rewarding when you return to the House of Hades, and then you get to go speak to Skelly, and then you head off on another run. Right.
It just everything about that game is really good, and the voice you did for Hypnos, that's another thing I like, that it's all voice acted, because it's fun, because I feel like it gives a game a little bit more personality when you get something where there's constant noise throughout it. I think the reason I say constant noise is because there are some games where there's like no voice acting, like Celeste, but they have like a weird, it's weird to say, but it's like someone's talking, but they've just turned up the distortion all the way, so you just have no clue what they're saying.
Yeah, or like in what am I thinking of? Undertale, where instead of speaking, it's just someone going
But you can get like the tone of what they're trying to say through those noises, and then it adds something to it. So again, like I like that there's that constant sound and that noise. You get a real feel for those characters, and the dialogue's very fun. So yeah, that's Hades. I think it got a good before it. Maybe it got a bad good. I don't know what we gave it, but I'm really, really liking it. So whatever score we gave it before, it definitely deserves.
Brilliant. That was Boi Review and back again. A revisiting of something we reviewed before, because now we have more experience of it, and that's what this is all about. Just because we've reviewed something doesn't mean we have to stick to that, you know?
Yeah.
This show's about learning.
We could return to any topic we've reviewed. Now, are we going to do that today? Probably not, because we've not got
progress
a good
to make
list of Boi reviews, but maybe for some kind of big one that comes up in the future. Is Hades on here? I feel like Hades was one we might have written down. Nope, turns out not. So I'll have to listen back to one of the episodes and work out what we reviewed for Hades.
Yes, the call for public assistance in telling us what we reviewed in each episode and what we gave it is still out. If you if you work out if you happen to listen to one of our old episodes, please do just DM us on Instagram and tell us what we gave things, because that's something that we said we'd stay on top of and we didn't.
Yeah, but because even as much so, I didn't record them last week, so I'm going to just have to put in a blank for episode 18, and then I'm going to do episode 19. But I have a bit of a weird idea for this week, Wilkie, that I already ran through you, so we'll see if we give that a go. Yeah. Let's do it. On to the episodes.
We both went like that. That's so good. Sync.
Oh, yes. Let us count down. Let us count down. I'm going to close. No, I'm not going to close that. Okay.